Good morning. Today we're going to be talking about dyslexia in the school systems and what we can do to make changes for teachers and educators to learn more about it. First of all, dyslexia is a constitutional and often genetically determined disparate reduction in the rate and quality of acquisition of written language skills, which may or may not be associated with problems of symbolic manipulation or disordered development of concepts of time and space. Basically what that means, it's a genetic disorder within each child, and it has to do with written language skills and also with manipulation of time and space. There are several different types of dyslexia that are developmental. First of all, we have right here vestibulo-cerebellar dysmetria, which is an auditory linguistic, which is a blurring of the words and jumping of words around letters around the page. We also have visual spatial dysgnosia, which is the lack of recognition of familiar words, but they can sound them out and recognize words. Then we have articulographic dyspraxia, which is suffering from oral reading. And you also have auditory linguistic dysphasia, which is suffering from recognition of familiar words, but they don't remember the meaning of them. Many of these students also suffer from illegible work and preservation of letters and spelling, and tend to lack motor coordination. They also have the inability to comprehend phonetic structure, sounds, context, spelling, and many other aspects of language and reading skills. These children often suffer in many other academic areas that begin to get left behind in education. So many of these children, even though this seems like one area of education that they suffer from, it also influences the rest of their education. So many times, just because they have a lack in their knowledge in reading and language skills, it influences their math skills, their writing skills, their science and social studies skills. So it affects their whole education time. So, and for this, it is important to ascertain a child's needs right away. In special education, so it comes from children with dyslexia or any other learning disorder. A child with dyslexia may end up getting set back in areas of comprehension or linguistics and reading and comprehension. Children with dyslexia need to be taught in a different manner than most general students. Depending on the type of dyslexia, adaptations in the learning process can lead to successful learning within the classroom. The first step for finding out if a student has dyslexia or not is to have them tested. There are many different ways to have the child tested, and your special education teachers should be able to help you find that out. One thing that you can do as a general education teacher is to talk to the student and see if they see any particular problems within themselves to help identify specific problems, such as their writing skills and their learning skills within their reading. Then you can begin after you've found out what kind of problem the child is suffering from. If it is dyslexia, you can set up an educational plan and begin working with that. Many children can be implemented into the regular classroom and also have individual tutoring and resource room instruction, and also there's a possibility of obtaining services outside of the classroom and outside of the school. Most students with dyslexia need more interactive roles in the learning process.